We have another breaking update coming in as far as the war in West Asia is concerned. And in the latest, India has enabled discussion among the BRICS nation as the West Asia crisis intensifies. India is enabling discussion among the BRICS member nations to involve a common approach on the Iran-US conflict. And this is the latest that we are getting in. BRICS comprises of the 11 core members: Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, Saudi Arabia and UAE. So now we're learning that India has enabled discussion among the BRICS nations on the West Asia crisis. On that, let me go across to my colleague Srinjoy. Srinjoy, do tell us more about the discussion, how India is enabling the discussion amongst the BRICS nation as far as the West Asia crisis is concerned, because we're learning that India wants a common approach on the Iran-US conflict that is going on.
India wants peace, and all these BRICS countries, in a sense, are interested parties. Iran, of course, is a new member and is fighting the war. But Russia and Iran are very close. In the past, the Russians have bought Iranian kamikaze drones for use in the war against Ukraine. The Chinese buy a lot of Iranian oil. And India, of course, has long civilizational ties with Iran. So naturally, these are the three big countries in the BRICS organization. Brazil also is a very big country and faces 50% tariff, faced 50% tariff from the Americans because of a variety of factors. So as a result, China, Russia, Brazil, India, also South Africa, the 5 original nations of BRICS, if you keep them in mind, if you keep them together, they constitute a substantial portion of the world's population and the world's GDP. The other countries have come later, whether it's Egypt, whether it's Iran, all the others. But these 5, initially the 4 and then South Africa, are very hefty in terms of GDP and population. And of course, of the 5, 2 are permanent members of the UN Security Council. Of these countries, 3 are nuclear armed: Russia, China, India. So BRICS is an important force. Now, how much it will influence this war, we don't know. But the fact that the Chinese are heavily dependent on Iranian oil, the fact that Russia and Iran have such close ties, means that they are interested parties. Now, what have they done in these 2 weeks is not clear. If they worked behind the scenes, it's one thing. In the UN Security Council, they did not play an active role. They were merely marginal influencers. So as a result, it's important to see how BRICS deals with this whole issue, this group of more than 5 countries. So that's a new development that's come up. India is basically trying to bring peace to the area using every means possible. And BRICS is one of those means.
Absolutely. So it remains to be seen how BRICS members they do as far as the conflict is concerned. But India is enabling the discussion among the member nations to evolve a common approach on the conflict. In simple words, India wants peace in the region. Thank you so much, Srinjoy, for getting us all those details. With this, a very short break. More news and updates on the other side.